It's a work truck now. I mean, we left Louisville. We held out to show at Louisville, and now I've been working the truck every day. We're running a fleet of about 15 trucks, and no truck is the same. We run all big hood trucks, but no truck is painted or striped the same or the same colors.
Yeah. You know, but I'll tell you this, at the end of this, here's your moment. All right, young man, you talk a lot of trash to this guy. I've heard it at every dang truck show. Okay, you know, what is he to you?
He's my best friend, to be honest with you.
Our thing, you know, we like to build cool trucks, and we've got several cool trucks that we don't show, we just run every day. But this one here, we kind of did together. So
No, I love that. No, I appreciate that. And I guess from your side, as far as, you know, the industry being what it is now, any advice for just, you know, the new guys that are just feeling like, you know, what the heck did I get into? What's the best advice, sir?
For me, I just worked every day I could work.
What's going on, Mutha Truckers? We're hanging out here today, hanging out with the McKinney family. You know, I love these people over here, but this young man right here, as much as he talks trash, we are friends.
Yeah.
And he has this beautiful new build. Even a winner at Matt's took home, man.
Took on 5th place in limited combo.
You know, all them trucks could have won something.
Oh, you know, me and my dad were talking about that. That's probably the stiffest class of competition that I've seen at Matt's in a long, long time.
That was crazy.
It was ridiculous.
I mean, if you got any type of hardware coming home, I mean, you're winning.
I mean, hats off to everybody. They built some fine rides coming to Louisville this year, and it was awesome.
You know, so tell us about this, because when I got to Matt's, man, you got the whole family, everybody's on their knees, we're wiping down, we're stressing out.
Yes.
I mean, tell us a little bit about this truck and what was the thought process behind it, the name, the color scheme, everything.
So we were never in the market for a new truck. It wasn't really a thing. And a friend of ours, Randy Stroop, called my dad and he said, "Hey, you're gonna get in on this X game?" And he goes, "Nah, you know, I ain't got that kind of money, you know, just giving him crap." And he goes, "If you get in with an X game, you'll always have something." So we called our salesman and said, "Hey, do you have an extra spot for an X?" He goes, "Yeah, I do." And he said, "Can we pick our number?" My dad asked if we could pick our number. He goes, "Yeah, within reason. You know, you're not going to get 1 or 389 or 1389. He said, "But within reason, you can pick your number." He goes, "Okay, can we get 1120? He goes, "Let me call you back." So he calls us back a few minutes later. He goes, "Yeah, we can get 1120, but why do you want 1120? That's kind of a wild number to ask for." He said, "Well, that's my son's birthday, and we're going to build a truck for him." So the truck is actually the first truck me and my dad built together. You know, he built his white and blue 389 Pride and Class, and then Lucille, I had the 93. So I built it, and he built his blue one, and he's put together a few other trucks for some guys to run every day. And so this is the first truck him and I built together. So
what it really means is if anyone ever forgets this young man's birthday,
you're right. You're right.
and you see it. You know, that's a beautiful story, you know. You know, what was the best part of this build for you?
The best part of the build really is to build it with my dad. You know, we'd sit down, we'd run ideas by each other, and he goes, "No, we ain't doing that." And I said, "I'm telling you, it'll look good, just trust me." "All right, whatever." But our biggest fight that we had, you know, the biggest fight we had was over the stacks.
Really?
Yes. I wanted to put flat top stacks on it because I don't want somebody to go, "Well, your pipes are rusting. Them pipes ain't hooked up, them dummy pipes, blah, 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 blah." And it's a DPF truck. You're going to get that. Right. So I wanted to put flat tops on it so you couldn't see it down in there whenever, you know, rain and stuff get them and they'll start rusting and that sort of deal. And I didn't want to hear that crap because I know I was going to hear it. And he goes, "No, we'll put miter cuts on it." I said, "No, I want to put flat tops on it." And he goes, No, we're going to put miters on it." I said, "All right, fine, whatever." And he said, "But we'll paint the inside of them so they look like they're black and smoke coming out of them." I said, "Okay." Well, we get the truck done, and I went, "Okay, you win. It looks good. You win. I'm sorry."
Yeah, you said sorry to him?
Yeah. You know, I find myself doing that a whole lot. Whenever I think he's just the dumbest guy in the world, 6 months later, I'll go back and go, "You know, Dad, you were right. I'm sorry."
But yeah, let's check this out.
Let's do it.
Yeah, what we got here? Tell me what stuff you love about it.
So we thought about what color we were going to paint it. We had talked about painting it. He's got the white and blue Winslow stripe 389, and I thought about doing the white and blue Winslow stripe on a flat top to kind of have, father-son matching trucks and stuff like that. But we're running a fleet of about 15 trucks, and no truck is the same. We run all big hood trucks, but no truck is painted or striped the same or the same colors. So whenever we ordered this one, we don't have a legendary black truck. And so we decided we were just going to order it legendary black, and we were going to put some sort of stripe design on it. And we looked and looked and looked and looked, and we come up with this one off of a drawing. Somebody did like a drawing of a truck, and I kind of loved it, but it was just a black, orange, and red and yellow stripes. And so we picked they don't make a legendary white. So we got a legendary black, gold, and silver, but they don't make a legendary white. So we had to paint it diamond white and put the glass in the clear to make it all shiny, all the heavy metallic look to it. So whenever we got done with it and we got it all painted, we looked back at it, my dad goes, that looks tuxedo cool. Looks like a classic tuxedo look. And he goes, well, that's the name right there. And I said, what's that? He said, we'll name it Black Tie Affair. I said, hey, that fits and it looks cool, and we'll just run with it. And so we went all the way down as far as whenever we showed at Louisville, I wore a tuxedo to show, and my girlfriend, she wore a ball gown to match the truck too. And so it went as far detailed as the valve stem caps look like cufflinks on a suit. So we went pretty in depth and detailed with it, but it's a work truck now. I mean, we left Louisville, we held out to show at Louisville, and now I've been working the truck every day.
I asked this young man, what was the favorite part of working with this truck? And he said you.
Well,
do you feel the same way?
I do, very much so. What I'm happiest about is that we picked a number. We got to pick our own number, and I picked his date of birth, and that's really the only thing he didn't have a say in. When a guy called me and asked me if I was going to get in the X game, I said, that's a lot of money. And Deal had Lucille, and he really loved Lucille, and I called him and I said, do you want one of these numbered trucks? And he goes, I don't know. He said, I really like my truck. And I said, well, this is something we could pass down to my grandkids, And he goes, he said, yeah. So I called the salesman and I said, hey, can I pick my number? And he goes, well, within reason, you're not going to get number 1, you're not going to get 389. And I said, no. I said, I want 1120. And he goes, okay. He said, give me a minute. And he said, call me back. He said, yes, no problem, Dave. Why 1120? I said, well, that's my son's birthday. His birthday is November 20th. And I said, so I want 1120. And he goes, yeah. And so I said, then we'll take it. And then once I committed to it, then we went over and we spec'd the truck. I let him spec it kind of the way he wanted. We didn't really fight about this truck any. We fought about a lot of other things on trucks, but this one here, we kind of built it together, and probably out of all the cool trucks that we've got, this one here is my favorite. This is kind of our favorite build, my favorite build, that we built it together, and it's his and I's idea, and we didn't butt heads on it a whole lot. The only thing we butted heads about was the miter cut pipes.
He said the same.
I still think we ought to put flat tops.
He said the same. No, everything you guys are talking about is the same,
Yeah.
And look, just like how this truck is going to be in the family forever.
Yeah.
This video is going to be something you guys are going to look back on, and it's going to be something really beautiful.
Well,
so that's why I take the time to try to ask these questions. So I mean.
So with this truck being a numbered truck,
Yep.
I have every piece that come off of this truck in my shop. I've got the seats that have the embroidery 389X. I've got everything that come off of this truck, even down to inside the fuse box. There's a little yellow plastic deal that tells you to take it out and throw it away.
Yeah.
I still have that piece. So if in 30 years I ever want to put an X back to as factory as it did when it rolled off the showroom floor, I can do that. So we wanted to keep the X an X. We didn't want to do anything to the dash. We did a few things inside to kind of fancy up the interior a little bit, but whenever we ordered it so it rolled off. We didn't cut it, stretch it, none of that. So whenever it rolled out, we can always go back factory to the factory build spec with it.
So, yeah.
The only thing we really did for the inside is Rockwood made us a bunch of stuff. Rockwood they've started making the digital dash covers for them. and those are super nice. And Carl is supposed to get me switch covers for it, but I didn't want to mess with the integrity of the interior. I wasn't crazy about him putting a painted floor in it. It looks good, and the roof cap, but we have the carpet that come out of this truck. We have everything that come out.
Yeah, you can go back.
We can go back. So I let him put the painted floor in, road skins, and I don't know why he didn't bring them, but they made us some really nice accessories for it. And so, you know, the Peterbilt floor mats, they made some that's got McKinney & Sons in them and Black Tie Affair.
I'll tell you why I didn't bring them, because I forgot them. They were in my pickup with all the stuff I was supposed to grab.
See where it starts?
Yeah.
You know, but I'll tell you this, at the end of this, here's your moment. All right, young man? You talk a lot of trash to this guy. I've heard it at every dang truck show. Okay, you know, what is he to you?
He's my best friend, to be honest with you. Him and I do everything together, you know, even down to motorcycles and stuff. A couple years ago, I bought a new motorcycle, and he had just sold a couple of his a few years back, and I got to wanting to ride again, and I went and bought a new motorcycle, and he goes, "Really? You just had to go after I sold my favorite Harley I've ever had and buy another one? So now I got to go buy one I don't even like to ride with your dumb ass." And so that was,
you know, I think that was the closest thing to a "I love you."
Well, you know, we're not hard on that. I tell him I love him every day, and you know, so we just do stuff together, and the trucks are just kind of part of it. You know, some guys race, some guys they got their own thing. You know, and as dumb as outside people think truck showing is, it's kind of our thing. You know, we like to build cool trucks, and we've got several cool trucks that we don't show. We just run every day. But this one here, we kind of did together. So
No, I love that. No, I appreciate that. And I guess from your side, as far as, you know, the industry being what it is now, any advice for just, you know, the new guys that are just feeling like, you know, what the heck did I get into? What's the best advice, sir?
For me, I just worked every day I could work. You know, I did. I mean, and that's how I started. I mean, I worked 6 days a week, and with what we did, you know, everybody want to go motorcycle riding Saturday morning. Tell me where y'all gonna be at. I'll meet up with you, but I got to work. You know, and every Saturday, I would get in probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, and I would back in, and on my old blue truck, it still had manual slack adjusters, and as soon as I'd back in the driveway, I'd slide underneath the truck, and the boys knew that I was home, so I would adjust my brakes, and by the time I got the truck, the brakes adjusted, they'd have everything out. We'd wash it right fast and put it away for the weekend. And, you know, I just worked as much as I could, and it's paid off for us, and now we don't have to work like that, but we still work hard every day, and
So I'm reading between the lines, put your nose to the ground and just you take it, right?
Yeah, stay in your lane, do your thing, you know.
I love that. No, I appreciate you guys. Any last words, sir?
No, I'm good. I appreciate what you're doing for us.
Hey, well, you know, these are fun interviews because we are friends.
Right.
And so it's a different type of interview. It doesn't have to be one of those type of, and there's nothing wrong with professional interviews.
Right.
It's just that we are friends and we can give each other shit.
Oh, yeah.
And make it fun.
Yeah, make it fun.
So-
That's what I think this whole atmosphere, this parking lot's about. It's not about the trophies or this or that. It's about hanging around and meeting friends. So if you get in a spot, you've got a friend somewhere. Okay, so like I got buddies in Illinois or Missouri. I actually had a truck go down just in Paducah, Kentucky, about an hour from Missouri, and I called a buddy of mine, and he made a phone call and had a guy meet us. He left Missouri, run over there, and put a part on my truck for me. He picked the parts up, met me over there. I mean, you know somebody somewhere, and if something happens, you can get stuff done in a timely manner and reasonable, and it's, you know, it's about building friendships and relationships all across the country. It's not so much about who's got the best, coolest truck or whatever. We just build trucks to have cool trucks.